What up, world? It's your boy, Mark Walter Ward, Superfax Show, Superfax Network. Today we got with us Brahma Bull, a man of many talents in the music industry. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Chilling, chilling. All right, so I was trying to do my homework before we did this episode, but it was kind of spur of the moment. There's no way in fuck anyone can even listen to like 1/100th of your output in a day. But before we even get into any of that, just out of curiosity, how many albums did you release in 2021?
Well,
I saw like at least 11.
Yeah, because I had a goal, but I always try to smash them. I think I did about 11. There was one with my boy Skull Heat that's not on my credits at all. I produced his whole album, and that's 12 right there. So yeah, mixed with instrumentals. So, just trying to level up every year. But yeah, it's about 12.
So like when you do these albums with Skull Heat or J-Haze, and forgive me for not remembering his name, but my man you did the Water Brothers with?
B Knockin, Brian Knockin.
B Knockin. Excuse me, B Knockin. Shit was fire though. I listened to like 2 or 3 of the songs. That's all I could do. I could only listen to like 1 or 2 songs on each genre. It was so many of them shits. But so do you ever consider it a group? Like, is the Water Brothers a group?
Well,
because back in the day, that's what a group was. Like Gangstar, all that would be a producer and a rapper.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch that wave. Me and Brian Knockin been working for so long, over maybe 10 years. And we're on that same wavelength as a group. When we get together, it's Brian Knockin and Brahma Bull, so there's a base of fans that want that sound. He's also evolving too into different sounds, but they just keep wanting that Water Brothers kind of sound. But yeah, we're a group,
for those people who don't understand the difference, there's really no difference except semantically, but it's a big difference semantically, because then if you go on tour, y'all will get equal, splitting, you'll get equal split.
And all my stuff is 50-50. He'll do the merch, get your grind on. If I got some records printed up, he throws that in there. It's just organic shit. But yeah, we split everything 50-50 down the middle. And usually if we get make $500, we put it back into something else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just yo, he's from Sacramento, we go to the Bay, and I'll go to the studio. Or yo, you do videos, take half of that and do that for your videos. Or I'll take my half and put it into promotion or something like that. I think artists need to do that if they're working together. There has to be some kind of middle ground on funds, but I would say 20% goes back into, if you're making over $1,000, at least 20% goes back into the music somehow, either your videos or streaming, promotion, or advertising. Then the rest we can split, but we're at that point. He does videos and he makes his money off photography. I do marketing. So it's let's just put it all back into something else, But yeah, me and Haze, we haven't really thought of a name, but when we get together, it's a full project.
One of them articles said that y'all started a group called Happy Friends. I was laughing like shit when I saw that.
Wait, me and Haze?
Yeah, if you Google Bhrama Bull and J-Haze, one of the things I forgot, it was a website I'd never heard of, but it said J-Haze and Brahma Bull have come together to form the group Happy Friends.
Nah.
I already knew that wasn't the shit.
That's some bullshit right there.
That's some funny ass shit though. Hey, I hope somebody don't start fucking with the Wikipedia.
Yeah. Well, that's when you on if people start fucking with the Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? Haters, we need those. People fucking around, that shows they care. So yeah, that would be a milestone for us.
Like the great philosopher and poet Cat Williams said, we need more haters every summer.
Hell yeah, and that's what I'm shooting for. And that motivates us. You start to need things to motivate you. Not all the time, but those little things just put fuel in the fire. So I like haters and shit like that, you know?
I mean, I've always felt that a certain level of musician, which I perceive you as, like somebody who's dedicated to their craft and also wants to keep improving, there has to be an element of competitiveness to that. And it might just be competitiveness towards your previous body of work, but you know, like you said, like some hate you might get on social media or a little comments you might overhear might be, you know, fuel that competitiveness to.
Yeah, bro, I try to use anything I can. Like I just got a record from another producer and it's scratched on the breaks. Like wherever it was like fire sounding, there's a little scratch there. You know what I'm saying? I use that as motivation. You know what I'm saying? Anything, it's just like, yo, I'm in the lab. It's kind of a dolo type thing. I even try to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan, I use that as a big example. Like the best that ever did it. He made a mark in what he does, you know? He would, if you watch the Jordan Rules or whatever that documentary, he would find ways to motivate himself, you know? I've always been that way. You know, I don't care. You know, I might even imagine some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta find a way to compete. And that kind of gives you that little extra drive. You know, even somebody with like, you know, Hit Boy. Like he's a producer, you know, he's a dope producer working with people I would want to work with. He's got rings, he's got chains, he's got the studio. For a long time, I was making beats off of laptop speakers. I didn't have the equipment that I have now. So I would just try to find ways to just like get mad at certain people internally, you know, put little subtweets out there. But yeah, you know,
shit,
I don't have
that hella helped you mix enough.
Yeah, it really did. I actually went to school for it, but you know.
Oh yeah, I want to talk to you about that. Definitely.
Okay, yeah, it definitely like motivated me, like being competitive. After Jordan started doing it, I know Tom Brady does it. The greats really do it, so I try to add that into my career. Ali, you know, you got to have some kind of competitiveness, and they may not know, but I'm running it up. You know what I'm saying? Mentally.
Nah, you are. I can dig it. But since you, well, I wanted to talk about the because the one I was the most familiar with before we get into Full Sail was the J-Haze collab album. How did your relationship with Haze begin? And you know, like I said, I haven't listened to everything, but
yeah.
And I don't want to disparage any of the other artists, so I want to make sure I phrase this delicately. I definitely see some chemistry, a sum greater than the total of his parts when you and Haze work together.
Yeah, man, like Haze I'm from Philadelphia and you know, he's from Pittsburgh. So that was a little linkage right there. But before I even met Haze, I was like on this site where you like pay to send your beats to certain artists. It might have been bogus. I was just scraping for like an opportunity. And I saw his name up there. I submitted beats there. But shout out to my PR, Jay Crates. You know, we were doing some promotion for him because I do promotion on the side.
Jay Crates from All Hip Hop?
From All Hip Hop, yeah. Jay Crates.
I know Jake. I used to be drinking dank. Tell him I said what's up.
All right, I'll tell. He was just at my crib this weekend watching the games with his wife. But
oh yeah, good peoples. I never met him, but he's a hell of a person to exchange emails with.
Yeah, I'll link you with him. That ain't nothing. Good dude, really plugged in. And he's like, yo, I got this guy, J-Haze. You know, you might link up with him. He's dope rapper, dope everything. I'm like, all right, you know, we'll do some marketing for him. Then I hit up J-Haze. I'm like, yo, your shit is hot. You know, like, you know, I met you through Jay Crates. I'll help you out. You know, maybe I could send you some beats and all that. And then it just slowly started to snowball. Like, we started to record at the studio in North Hollywood. I was recording other artists. He would come through. And when my sessions are like me at the computer, I play beats. We got a bottle. You smoke your weed. And it's just like, it's really cool, calm, you know, and we just talking about music and stuff. I think we watched like Faces of Death. you know, the old faces of death, like, and we was just clowning on shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like with the monkey and shit. And and my man. Now you know the joint that used to get me. This might not have been Faces of Death because there was one other joint that was I'm not gonna say good, but was on that level. And it's like the dude holding the girl hand, rushing her to cross the train tracks. And like she step on the train tracks right before him and get like, I mean, it's not even funny. You can see like the brain come out of her head. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like we started to pull up shit like that from
man,
like
she back got in the Molly Wop, man.
She got Lord. Molly, and you could see it. Like they slow
like it wasn't even gory because it was so fast, but like her brain went out of motherfucker.
Yeah, they showed the brain.
The Kennedy shit more gory than that, but it was just like and homeboy was. I was man. I remember whoever I was watching with.
It's not funny, but
dude, I was watching with. I can say his name because he be on the internet and shit. But he was like, man, I bet he was tired of that hoe.
Yeah, bro. Like we clowning right now, just on some regular shit. We was watching with the leech on the girl's arm in the beach.
I ain't
that was Faces of Death too. We was just clowning on shit, regular shit, talking about music that we liked with my homie Degree from BSF, my A&R, check E out, you know, my boy E. And he just fit into, you know, our studio realm. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we just started cutting beats. Like,
hey, you know what though? If people hear this though, they might think we fucked up. So like, let's push shit in perspective. I'm from the DMV. I grew up there in crack.
There we go.
If you're from Philly, you know, long before I saw Faces of Death, I saw a dead body. So I saw somebody get killed.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you know, when you come from situations like that, sometimes you use like black humor to deal with it. And for those who don't know, black humor isn't a reference to a race. It's when you laugh at dark shit that maybe you might cry if you weren't laughing at.
Correct. Yeah, like I've seen some things, and I grew up next to 52nd Street, and like that was big bootleg heavy area, you know, the Jerry Springer bootleg, Too Hot for TV. Like this is pre-YouTube, pre-anything, and they had like all these bootleg DVDs.
Oh, yeah, I remember that motherfucker sneaking the camera in the movie theater, like on that Seinfeld shit.
Exactly. I was raised on bootleg, so we weren't clowning. It was like, oh,
yeah, bro, the movie tickets was expensive. Shit,
they were expensive, bro. Like 69th Street, you go to the movie theater, niggas is eating Chinese food. There's blunts, there's bottles. Get your hand out my pocket. Purses getting ran through. Like
it's like Scarface on Paid in Full. You know, when they saw Scarface on Paid in Full.
Yeah, exactly. You can compare it to that, and those are good times.
I know about it, bro. I done spent some time in Philly. See, I'm from the DC area, right? And I know you know about Go-Go, right?
So,
but I like clue tapes and shit like that. You feel me? And I used to catch like this express bus to New York until somebody told me like, bro, you don't need to go all the way to New York to get that shit. You can just go to Philly. So then I started catching a Greyhound to Philly. You know, like you know, catch a John 6 in the morning. Go find me some. And I'm talking about I'm like 16, 17 doing this. You know?
Yeah, me too. I had that same kind of relationship. New York was kind of closer. I would go on field trips, like, you know, when you go on the field trip to the museum, but we wouldn't go in the museum, bro. We'd be like double back and then go get tapes.
Yeah,
and like DJ B tapes, you know, Clue, you know, Mr. C, like they were literally tapes, no CDs yet.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I discovered like the Mobb Deeps, the, you know, those underground hip hop guys you couldn't find. So definitely familiar with that.
It's too far for me to get up and reach it, but I got some Stretch and Bobbito tapes up in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That Method Man freestyle shit. Yup.
I got the one with Cameron and Bloodshed and Mace.
Oh, that's hot.
I'm like a huge Dipset fan. I don't think Cameron's the best rapper ever, but he's my favorite rapper ever.
Well, me and Hayes was just talking about that the other day out of Dipset. I mean, I think Jim Jones is #1 right now, at least right now. As far as
I got a weird ranking though, because I got to throw NOE. If you do all the Dipset collectives, I got to throw NOE up in there. I don't know if you know that is. That's my man from Baltimore that sounded like Jay-Z unintentionally. He was in Bird.
I remember that. Yeah.
Man, he got a DJ drama joint called I don't know, it looked like the Biggie cover. Man, it's one of the best albums I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, he's just an incredible lyricist. Then
well, me and Hayes were talking yesterday about some slept on people. G-Dep slept on.
Yeah, but back to the Dipset real quick. Taj Mahal from the Senate.
Oh, Taj Mahal. I think I've only got like one tape with him on it, but sometimes you don't know who's rapping and you know their lyrics and they could be somebody you've never, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, he got cool with Coke Boys after all that. So he got a bunch of songs with like French Montana, Jadakiss, Rick Ross, shit like that. And now he's doing shit as designer. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that shit. Well, he's doing shit. Well, he got a new song with Benny the Butcher. This on radio in New York and all that. But his son moving too, and he be making TV shows and shit.
You know who's killing the DMV? My boy Chris Crack is doing well out there.
You know, I was gonna talk to you about Chris Crack. I've been familiar with Chris Crack for a long time. I forgot the name of what he was affiliated with, but I used to my foray into, like, let's say professional hip hop was with Tree. You know MC Tree from Chicago, a producer.
Not familiar.
Him and Chris Crack got a collaborative tape. Tree invented a genre. He didn't get his just due. He invented soul trap, but he worked. He worked a lot with a Young Chance the Rapper. Him and Chris Crack got an album together. But
was the purple cover?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. But he was Gutter City, and he was affiliated with this thing called Project Mayhem, which was kind of big in Chicago for a while. And
I've heard of that before. And
then Chris Crack was in, like, if Project Mayhem was the Justice League, Chris Crack was in like a young collective that was like the Teen Titans. And I've been following him since then, you know, like you know, I've interviewed him a few times, all that type shit. But I was surprised to see that you work with Chris Crack. So that shows, you know how to find good musicians. Man, he don't get his just due. He's smart.
He really doesn't.
Hey, he be making a lot of money. You know, I'm always interested in different ways people make money on hip hop, and he be pressing up them cassette tapes.
Yeah, man, like his merch flipping and that game, man, he's doing really well on that side. Like his stuff will sell out in minutes, and he's just an underground guy. I just like to.
But he can't be too underground though. You want to hear some geeked out shit? I was in a motherfucking maybe it's not American Eagle, but it's whichever ones like that to be having tapes in it. And they had a fucking Chris Crack tape in it. Like my daughter was looking for book bags.
Dope.
I know. I was like, okay. I had to copy that shit. It was $6.99.
Well, I think he'll break through. And some artists, you know, maybe they don't want to break through. He's making like $5,000 on merch every.
Well, I mean, what's breaking through? To me, the first goal should be the first goal should be that you can live off music the rest of your life without having to do anything else. And if you've done that, you're amazing. You're in the upper 1% who's ever done it successful.
Correct. And I tell people that all the time. Like, yo, okay, you want to be Jay-Z. Everybody wants to be Jay-Z, all that. But look at Currency. Look at you know. He never has to work again. He has his own, like, you know, just comparatively, like everything he puts out streams well, merch, papers, everything. You're right. Just to go back to what you said, like, if you can pay and you don't have to work a 9 to 5, you've made it. Like you said, I don't know what percentage it's in, but you know, that's what I'm striving to get to too. And I feel like that's making it, you know. I used to think like working with these big artists and chasing placements and all that. I don't really do that anymore. Like it just felt like I was scraping at crews that already are built already. I wanted to build my own, and you know, if Benny asked me for a beat, of course I'm going to send him a pack. But if he doesn't ask me for a beat, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? Like. That's how I look at podcasting, you know, like why even add any elements of stress? Like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Yeah, I've been through that realm too, like with PRs, sending me artists, and it was fun, it was dope. That's how I met Light Show. He's from DC too.
Oh, I know Light Show.
Yeah, Light Show, dope artist. Like I wouldn't trade anything, any artist that they sent me. The Light Show was super dope. He's working with Wale. He's got his own career. He's doing well. I just, I wanted to focus more on the production side of things. I love promotion through mixtapes and podcasts. What you're doing is super dope. I just wanted to hone in on the production so much because I just got little hints of just keep going at it, and it's been so long. But podcasting was fun. The mixtape game, I still love that. That's in my heart. Just like you said, like those little tapes were incredible to me. So, Chris Crack, go back to him. I reached out to him and he was just like, send me some shit. And he liked it off the first beat I sent. He really liked it, the New York Undercovers beat. And it was like a French sample, a French overseas loop. And he just went crazy on it. And I was just blessed to have him. And that just showed me like, if I could send one beat to Chris Crack and he fucks with it and we go in, I got something. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept running.
Shit, that's what's up. You should definitely keep doing some more running. But before we even though you stopped, your LinkedIn page is lit as a motherfucker. So
shit. Yeah.
So for the marketing, what are some social media mistakes you see new artists commonly make? Other than spamming links.
I don't mind the spamming links. I
don't
really
either.
don't.
I never cared about the sanctity of my inbox either. Like that should be killing me. Like when somebody forgets to BCC and then like the motherfuckers get like 30 emails.
That's what I'm saying. Like I respect all that. Like you know what I'm saying. If I see it consistent, that's my pops. I'll hit him right back. Did that mess up anything? No, we're still good.
Yeah. Anytime that happens, it'll just go to like your saved picture, but I'll still hear you talking.
Okay, for sure. Just the whole thing of just like going too fast, too early. That's the only thing. You wanna, as far as like, you get all these pages on the first day. Like, say your album comes out, you on 10 different Instagrams, right? You got the change, you got everything. Your image is where you want it to be, but you gotta think like the longevity of layering. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might put everything out right here, right now. That one album you worked for, you finished it last night, it's up, you put it out. You got to think about, you want to have like maybe 2 or 3 albums set up, or maybe like the other single ready by the time you're putting something out. So like V-Dawn right now, he just dropped a record. Now he's got a beat tape with the visuals and everything, even, who just dropped something crazy? Everyone does it. You know what I'm saying?
Look how long Kendrick Lamar works an album. Them shits be having like 6, 7 singles,
Exactly.
Or like another thing, like if it doesn't catch on at first, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, the whole first year it was out, it only sold 40,000 copies. And then one of them songs got added to like a Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry, Deadpool, I think it was called, soundtrack. Yep. And then next thing you know, one of the best sound albums
Fleetwood Mac. Let's just say Fleetwood Mac. So what the dog do riding on the scooter and drinking the things, like you have to think like the main line with me and J-Haze. It's like equity. It's like an NFT. We ain't even released no videos to it, right? So when you release a video, that brings it all the way back. So you just want to plan. I know it's like so exciting to like drop, and artists want to drop, and that reaction, and it's a high when you drop. Like it's adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? So why not like have like 4 pieces of artwork or 4 videos ready for the whole month, or like then drop the video halfway through or at the end of everything. I don't like it when people like put all this shit out, and I've done it times too. I just need that high. I work so hard for it. I want people to hear it, but it's smarter to just like stretch your shit out. If you get influencers, get 2 a week for like 2 months. and then drop the video or something like that. They just bust their nut real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then their shit doesn't have any longevity, or have some singles laid out. So just make sure you plan out your release for like a month, you know, advertising and stuff like that. Don't just run and drop it and just think everybody's going to want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not true.
Another joint on your LinkedIn, it says you have experience setting up tours. So, I mean, I already know the answer to this, but would you say chilling backstage is underrated, properly rated, or overrated? Like to what somebody who's never been back there would expect.
Yeah, I think it matters what you are as what you want to be there for. Like if you're an A&R and you want to hear some new music and link with different connects, then it's underrated, because the networking of face-to-face networking, the value has shot up like through the fucking roof. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you give somebody a pound and you look in their eyes and say, yo, we'll follow up, like that's bigger than an email, a text, or a DM these days with the pandemic and all that. But if you go back there, you're just chilling with, I mean, face-to-face networking is the best way for anyone to network themselves.
I'm talking more like, you know, people think that Backstage is all like super fun and glamorous. And what I found it to be is it's a bunch of motherfuckers basically like reciting their resume over and over.
Yeah.
Like if a person mentions that I did this, 5 other people are gonna immediately chime in with, I did that. Like basically that shit ends up being like a dick measuring contest.
Honestly,
it's a block. Like I stopped even fucking with them shits because you gotta wait too long for the interviews. But you know, like I went to prison for hustling long before I did any of this shit. And the only thing I could see is that'd be a hell of a place to sell drugs at.
Oh yeah, you know what's going down. Like, I mean, that's where it's at. And you want to keep,
especially these little young suburb rappers. Boy, I'd be a millionaire off them motherfuckers.
Easy. And the Super Bowl is coming here, so you know everybody's ready. Get their packs ready. I mean, everything is going down. So yeah, I mean, it is a little underrated. I was at the Benny the Butcher thing the other day with my boy Degree, and you know, we're just kicking it, you know. But if I was like not experienced, never did it before, I'll be wilding. Man, I'll be drinking. I'll probably be too drunk. I'll probably, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, a lot of people aren't exposed to that, and they may not feel like they never be there again, which you just got to represent yourself on who you are all the time back there. You know what I'm saying? If you're drunk or you're just a smoke nigga and everyone smokes with you, okay, that's what you are. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you're representing yourself all backstage. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be in the background with the DJ, then you're a groupie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to represent yourself the right way. I've seen it. Probably the most memorable tour I did was the Pooya Rob Banks. Who else was on that tour? A lot of artists were on that tour. We did like 6 days from San Diego to Sacramento. And, you know, I helped out with the tour, but you see it all. Shout out my boy Zay Matic, Fresh, just artists that were after that tour, they were on another level. I mean, Pooya right now is just like the biggest underground artist, I feel like, still holding it down, you know? I'm
not hip, bro. You have to put me down.
Yeah, Pooya, he's from Florida. That was before he even blew up.
Where am Florida?
I think like
I'm in
Southern.
I'm in Tampa right now.
Tampa, it's a little more south, but it's not Miami. And I don't think it's Tampa. It's in between there.
This is central.
So they were on that. You got to check out Pooya. Rob Banks is from, I think, Miami, Florida.
I know Rob Banks.
Rob Banks.
I mean, I don't know. Personally, I know his music.
Okay, yeah. But that whole little wave, that South wave, XXX, all that stuff, was bubbling right at that time, and it was fucking insane. Young Simi was on the tour too. But they were like so much younger than me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they just blew up after that. Don Krez is from down there. And it was just nice to see, you know what I'm saying? I love to see, like, you know, I could DM them and say what's up, but I just like to see them coming up, and I was a part of that tour. And it was just crazy after that. So I did a lot of shows. Like, I was a struggle show producer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, South by A3C, you know, that whole realm.
Right.
I did it, you know, and I've seen so many people come out of it. Tay-K, Rome Streets,
Freddie Gibbs,
Yellow
Wolf, that 2012 South by Southwest.
Yellow Wolf, like, it's just, you know, I like that culture, and shout out to all my people that are really like doing it for the love of putting people on. That takes a different type of person to put, you know, other artists in front of the stage. Even if you're paying a couple bucks, you're never going to regret that experience. And the producers need to get paid too, putting on all that stuff. But whatever business goes on, it's worth it. You know, I'm not really like an advocate of not paying people to get on stage.
Right.
I fuck with that because, okay, it's $200. What would you do with that $200 if you weren't trying to get on stage and you care about your career? Pay that nigga the $200. You never know who's in the room. And okay, there's 20 people there, but you never know who you can collab with. I don't think there's enough of that, you know, and of course people exploit it, but whatever. You're trying for your career and you're investing.
I mean, it's a difference if it's at South by Southwest or if it's in, like, I don't want to show no city, but let's just say a small Midwest town. Like, in that small Midwest town, you know, obviously there ain't gonna be no fucking A&Rs from Def Jam in the fucking audience.
Correct. But you do need like footage of your stage performance on your gram, or just to know that you did it. You know what I'm saying? To build confidence or whatever. I just feel like, you know, they're kind of slowing down and people shit on that part of the industry, but like ASAP Rocky came from the South by, you know what I'm saying? He was hot in the city, but he did that, like, you know, the baby. I was there when he was fucking in a diaper. You know what I'm saying? You know, he paid to get on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Meg Thee Stallion, I was on the stage with them. Like, you know, those little producers are putting their, you know, their life in the hands of this venue, and they're putting you on it. You never know what could happen. So, you know, let's support our producers on that side. I definitely came from it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. If people if they're doing what's right, definitely support them. So
yes,
tell me about Full Sail. What's the experience like? Is the placement system viable? And did you learn valuable knowledge there? Because, you know, everybody sees them Full Sail commercials.
Yeah, bro, it's almost like any college. You know, you gotta make that shit shake. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, books are here, and I know you're in college and you're going through, like, whatever you're going through, getting out the house for the first time type shit, or just like linking up with people with like minds. But it was all right there for me. Like, I went at the time where like things were shrinking down, as far as like Pro Tools, Mbox, you know, you didn't have to be in an SSL room to get your shit cracking. So I had to kind of like judge what I needed to know, what I need to work harder on. Like, yes, I can go into a room with an SSL and line up the IOs and get it cracking, mic up a drum set. But after that, I mic'd up like 2 drum sets for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? But I went for recording arts and audio engineering. I've helped other homies to get in, but it was college and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was worth it. I think it's all what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other college. So if you only focus on the beat making part, you're going to do good in that. If you just like the plugins, you're going to do good in that. And I think it was definitely worth it, just like any college. Because I'm a pro college type of person. I'm not, you know, you can learn your shit on the computer and YouTube shit all day. You know what I'm saying? But I still think the experience of college and meeting other like-minded, because I only got like 3 friends from there. You know what I'm saying? That I talk to now. It was a great experience. I wouldn't trade that shit for nothing. Nothing in the world.
Shit, that's what's up. Do you remember the first song that you were obsessed with, like in life? Like I'm embarrassed myself. For me, it was Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. I was like 4 or some shit.
First song obsessed with?
Like my one little daughter.
Oh,
it's gotta be like Silento.
Yeah, it was like I think it was like an Outcast song, because my pops used to work for labels and he used to bring me home these CDs. I didn't know who the fuck they were. And the first song, it was, oh shit. It was some Bootsy Collins shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, bro, you have to shit on me like that, man. I'm saying, talking about Wham, you talking about Bootsy Collins and shit. God damn.
But I didn't know who Bootsy was, you know, and it was just had a cool riff to it. And I grew up with a lot of records in the house, a lot of old music, a lot of like, I like this cover of the CD, but I forget the song. And they just used to clown me like, that was your song, that was your song. And I just discovered what Bootsy Collins was like really a lot later in life. You know, I was studying the right guy. But I liked his outfit. I seen it, the cover, and I ran that CD into the fucking ground. You know?
So that's what's up. And before, obviously we're gonna finish with what you got coming at your socials. Okay. But I wanted to run some genres or maybe subgenres by you, because I could tell from looking at your track list that you were a connoisseur of many different types of music. It's cliche because I say it so much, but good musicians like good music. So yeah, with no preamble, what's your favorite song or group or artist in the classic rock genre?
Classic rock. Air Supply.
Air Supply, there you go.
Yeah. Air Supply. They're just, you know, I was kind of hooked on, you know, once you go through like soul records and the shit your mom listened to and shit, you branch off a little bit. And Air Supply had that little twang to it on a few of those tracks. And I really like Air Supply. They're like my go-to kind of, or some Michael McDonald. I guess you would call that a little more soul. But Michael McDonald's not classic rock, right?
I'm about that hip to Michael McDonald. I got
Regulate sample. Okay. Like Regulators, mount up. Boom, doo, doo.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard the real song on the radio, but I ain't got fun. I ain't that hip. I do got like 3 Air Supply vinyls behind me though.
Okay, so you know what Air Supply is hitting for. They got some shit.
Definitely. Well, since you said soul, how about soul? What would you go with soul?
My favorite album ever. My favorite. That's what you're saying.
Album, song, artist, whatever.
Just soul. I gotta go to Stevie Wonder. Just out of how many times I've played it.
Songs in Key of Life.
Yeah, just like I discovered it and I ran it into the ground, or just like Roy Ayers. I mean, discovering him and learning how classic he was in the music game. Like I still run his shit back consistently for my go-to. Roy Ayers, Stevie Wonder. Those are my hitters. There's another guy named.
DC. I got to go with Marvin, and I'm a big Bill Withers fan. I'm a big Bill Withers fan too.
Yeah, Bill Withers had some shit, and Curtis Mayfield. But there was a guy that I grew up with named Donald Byrd. He was from Philadelphia. He taught a class at school, and then he had the whole class make an album, and it was kind of cool to go to that. So those are my go-tos. Yeah.
That's what's up. How about funk? Speaking of Bootsy Collins.
Funk. Oh, I gotta go with.
I'm going James Brown.
James Brown, that's the number one. You know, I mean,
but we're saying favorite. You know, favorite don't gotta be the number one.
Favorite funk. Yeah, Bootsy was dope, but the Parliament shit, everything that Dr. Dre sampled on that Chronic, like once
it was James Brown and Parliament. Yep.
Once I discovered he got all that shit from one group, the whole vibe of the record is from one solid group. I loved it, and you can hear the little samples in there. And that's my pop's favorite group. Like he ran around with them on tours and stuff, so that kind of made me like it a little more. Yup.
Nah, I can dig it. The thing that geeks me the fuck out is I can't believe Jimi Hendrix and Parliament used to be in James Brown's band. Can you imagine that shit?
That's crazy. You know,
I don't think together though.
Nah, I don't think so. But still, like, it's almost like the Andy Reid coaching tree. Like, word. You know what I'm saying? If you come from that, you nice, you know? So little ways to move around, little tips and tricks here and there. Yup. You poised for greatness.
Gotcha. All right, how about boy band? With me, it'd be NSYNC.
NSYNC goes crazy. Yeah, boy band. Oh shit.
I mean, it would be Jackson 5, but then you got I'll be thinking about Joe Jackson and shit. So
yeah,
that shit too sad.
That shit is sad. He whipped him into shape, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He cold-blooded too. I heard this interview clip where he was like, Michael said, or they said you used to whip Michael until he couldn't sit down. And Joe Jackson said, yeah, he kept his ass standing up to $250 million.
Damn. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker, he cold-blooded as shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
But yeah, so I go in sync with the so how about 90s R&B? That's the hard one. Cause I mean you got like I was a huge SWV fan. But then you got Joe, you got Jodeci, En Vogue, and that's before you even start getting to like the end of the decade with like the Aaliyahs, the Brandys, the young Rihanna.
That's what I'm saying. But I love the female vocalists in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like the J-Haze, you know, the fucking SWV. I mean that Pete Rock beat that they produced right here. Then the remix came out. Then like Above the Rim came out with Tupac. It was like,
and then the Old Dirty Bastard on it. That Old Dirty that shit went hard as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like the 90s.
But you got married. You got married. Damn, that's a song. You got married too, though.
Married too. Like those female vocalists in the 90s had that shit on smash, bro. You know, and I like the bad boy shit, but when it came to like real cuts, radio cuts that, you know, I love R&B. Like they had that shit on smash, bro. I was listening to them straight up. So yeah, SWV, when I found out Pete Rock was producing for him, I was like, oh shit, you know, Jeanne, those Jodeci kind of like, their production was crazy. Like, and I was going through that in the 90s. I was going through that phase, like, you know, puberty, like in girls, you know, those songs. And
yeah, you talk to the girl for like 2.5 hours, and Slow Jams comes on while you talking to him. And
facts, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be with that. Oh man, so people are calling me. So yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Let's go back to this. So yeah, the SWVs and all that for the 90s and shit. That was my shit.
So since we talking about that, one hit wonder, I got Soul for Real.
Oh my, yeah, that was a crazy one hit wonder. Yeah, I forgot about that one. One hit wonder. That Skilo shit went crazy.
Yeah, dude.
I wish.
Yeah, I wish I was a baller a little bit. You know, homeboy used that money to get a college degree. I think. I see. I might be getting mixed up with Tracy Lee, but I think he's a successful entertainment lawyer. If not, he's successful with something. But I know he used that money to get a degree. That's why you stopped hearing from him.
Well, now he's doing like television placements and stuff like that. Like He's really doing his thing. I mean,
yeah. See, I
it's been
got
on
mixed
TV.
up with Tracy Lee. Yeah, Tracy Lee became a lawyer, and yeah, homeboy, and I know he's in the entertainment industry and successful.
Yeah, man, like
I
he's
I,
doing his
I,
thing.
I love stories like that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love the come up stories. I love to see people come up out of it, even if it's like, you know, if they're getting like sync placements on TV, or even if they like got a car dealership that's doing good, like whatever it is, I like to see like the come up
Well, I mean,
of artists.
one thing I also I like kids being able to see, like I do the American teaching every year. I try to show them that, like, you know, just because you like the NBA or you want to be a rapper or a singer, and there's like not that much chance for it, there is a high chance that you can work in the industry.
Correct, correct. It's not just rapping or producing. There's so many things you can get involved in. That's dope.
And then I mean, because you know, I feel like, I mean, well, I ain't gonna get all political and shit, but I feel like a lot of these movements don't care about who they profess to care about. I feel like a lot of people don't care about the kids. They just trying to get the kids in the jobs, not careers. And every chance I get, I try to tell kids that you can have a career doing something that you love. You don't have to be forced working somewhere that you hate.
Correct.
And the only way to get it ain't necessarily getting drafted or getting a record deal. There's other avenues.
Correct. And even if you have that job or whatever it is, you got to care about everything you do. Like, don't fuck off at the job. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's self-worth, self-pride, and just have something that you really love as that's where you're going to put your focus in. But care about everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even if you're working at McDonald's and you make beats on the side, or like you study law on the side,
go hard at McDonald's, because that paycheck will get you the equipment you need.
Exactly. And it'll teach you how to care for when you get in there. So if you're smoking blunts and, like, you know, drinking on the job at McDonald's, like, you're not taking care of being a man or being a woman. You know what I'm saying? You should care about everything you do. You know what I'm saying? And try to be the best at it. You know, okay, you move yourself up to manager. So then you don't have that job no more. You move into another place. You put that same effort into your side hustle, side grind to make it the best you can. And it's just like a culture of trying to do everything the best. But I fuck with you for that, man. That's a good move.
Well, I mean, speaking of the McDonald's thing, like, you know, it might be contributing to obesity and all that shit. But I remember when I was you know, without getting all into it, I got a drug charge in Virginia, which Virginia will never take a drug charge off your record. So I got a drug felony, which has fucked me over from being able to get any type of career. I got to make my own career. And I just see motherfuckers getting stuck. And like that's what happened to me. I didn't want to be stuck. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna hustle. And if I had thought of, you know, maybe that there's other avenues instead of just, you know, doing some shit I knew I was gonna hate for 20 years. But the whole point of that was about the McDonald's. If I started working at McDonald's at 16, I would have been, I'm about to be 44 in a couple of weeks. I could have been retired 3 years ago and been getting a fucking pension. And over the course of those 25 years, I did almost like seven in jails or the penitentiary and wasted like 4 or 5 of addiction. So I thought I was too good for McDonald's, but if I hadn't been, maybe, I mean, I wouldn't have met my wife and had my kids, but I'd probably be in a better place financially.
Yeah. I don't like the whole not pushing a 9 to 5 thing. I mean, I don't like that. It's on Twitter. It's not really like, you know, I don't mind a 9 to 5. It's just the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have a 9 to 5 one time in your life. Maybe like 90%, 95% of us are.
I mean, so it could be a career though. You can have a 9 to 5 career. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You might like being a defense attorney. You know, you might like being a public school teacher. Like, I'm not necessarily a 9 to 5 is something bad. I'm saying that something that you hate doing is bad. And I feel like there's too many people stuck in those positions.
Yeah, and you know what? There's not to get political, maybe that's probably why he said it. But like, you know, they try to keep you in the system and shit. I don't care who you are, what race you are, whatever. There's big business of keeping you looped into that.
Rich people don't get NSF fees. I say it all the time on the show, brother. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing poor people that they're each other's enemies.
That's facts, man. You know, I got a DUI one time. I was 0.1 over the limit. And I seen everything that came along with that, like how my money was getting passed all throughout all these hands just to keep me in the training and all that. And just imagine your situation is the different level. You know what I'm saying? So you already know they're going to try to keep you looped in because there's a big business up in there.
But I mean, that's what white America get, because while they was allowing them racist ass laws to be passed, the dumbasses didn't realize that them shits was going to be used on their children. And I'm living proof of it. That's why you shouldn't ban racists from Twitter or Facebook, because when you create a weapon, even if you create it for a good reason, somebody gonna come along and pick up that weapon and use it for a bad reason.
Facts.
And they trying to censor like quote unquote Nazis on Twitter and Facebook now. But watch, 2 years it's gonna be gangster rappers. You know, 4 years it's gonna be NBA players who don't go with the narrative. Because I mean, let's talk about Me Too. What Me Too do for women? It made some Hollywood casting couches safer, because it damn sure ain't make America safer for women of color, indigenous women who go missing, poor women who are getting prostituted, them fucking basically foreign slaves in the massage parlors, which apparently it's cool for NFL owners to frequent. But yeah, hashtag Me Too all over Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, man, they're gonna find a way to finesse it and shape it and mold it and all that for their good. But knowing like you do just what's going on and the underlying shit of what's going on is just light years ahead of everyone that's just letting the media hit them, and they just go with whatever's hitting them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, what's it called? Elections are won through shaping and molding the media, you know what I'm saying? And giving them what you want them to consume, you know what I'm saying? So being steps ahead like you, knowing what's really going on, you know, and like, that's why I fuck with B Knockin, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really talks about all this shit that's going on, you know what I'm saying? We did 2 albums during the George Floyd, you know what I'm saying? He went out there and did the footage. Like, he was talking to the people, and he puts that into his music. And, you know, it's just like a higher way of thinking. Now, everybody's different. I got a drug dealing rapper. I got a conscious rapper. I got like a conspiracy theory rapper. I just like how they transfer what they're really thinking about. It may not just be twerking and guns or whatever into their music, into poetry. And I think that's really a dope skill. But knowing, like, you know, it's just, you know, not everyone's going to pay attention. Not everyone's going to fucking even listen.
Plus, they be
you'll see.
They be some bitches. Like the George Floyd shit. I got a feeling they ain't never coming off my record, right? I would have tackled them. I swear to fucking God. I did some shit like that before and did 90 days for it, for assaulting an officer that was beating on a motherfucker, and I tackled his ass because he was finna kill homeboy in Adams Morgan, DC. Anybody can look it up. Mark Walter Ward, February 15th, 1978 is my born date. Easy as fuck to find. But like, I don't understand how people could watch that shit.
I know. Yeah, I know. 8 minutes.
Like you so fucking scared to go to jail, you gonna sit there and watch a Bama die, and then not even have the decency to turn your head.
I can't even believe it.
I mean, like I'm sorry, everybody out there is a bitch. They're a pussy.
That's a bitch move. Like the dude that was standing there. I don't care what race you are. You could have just fucking tackled your homeboy or whoever. You know what he's about. Even if he's on your same squad, you could have deaded that situation.
And more than likely, you would have got a misdemeanor because they wouldn't have wanted the negative publicity. You probably would be able to plead that down to some bullshit.
Yeah, but it's about your exactly. You're right, but it's about like, yo, you gonna think about this forever. Think about the images in your mind, and you regretting you ain't fucking do nothing. Clown ass motherfuckers, man.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths.
Facts.
That's what they mean by that shit. Just like you said, they're gonna have that memory. But like,
but going to sleep at night every night, that ain't gonna go away. It's
word.
In there, your brain. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Word.
facts, man.
But I want to try and close on this. I still got some of the genres and shit, man.
Okay, for sure.
I'm gonna test you on this one because if you don't got an answer, it wouldn't bother me. Country. Cause I got like I Always Love You by Dolly Parton. I ain't gonna lie, I don't got the deepest country knowledge.
No, my shit was Don't Break My Heart, my achy breaky heart. I just don't. What was Billy Ray Cyrus?
I think, yeah, you know, I don't know if this I don't know if this counts as country, but that Kid Rock Sheryl Crow put your picture away. That shit went hard as a motherfucker. That shit went way harder than the Nelly country song.
Oh, that Nelly country song was trash.
Hey, what? You heard that LL Cool J country song? What was worse?
Oh, that was horrible. He tried to get in there. He fucked it up. He said something about chains or something in there. He fucked himself. That's a blemish on his career. But he's, you know. But
I mean, Muhammad Ali campaigned for Nixon. Can't nobody be perfect.
For sure, man. These are great questions, man. For sure.
All right, then West Coast rap.
Shit. West Coast rap. I love the Snoop Doggy Dogg shit.
Favorite for me is Yuck Mouth because he's so underrated lyrically.
Yuck Mouth was nice. They slept on him. I mean, I gotta go Nipsey Hussle. I was a fan of him for way before. I was asking, well, who was his manager? The girl that got in trouble. Whatever her name is. I was asking for Nipsey Hussle. I had no money, begging for Nipsey Hussle to do my show, get some West Coast, because I was coming back and forth to the West Coast a lot of my life. You know, I went to school out here too, so I love the West Coast music. But Nipsey Hussle was always the man. Like,
yeah, I remember the DJ Lazy K tapes, the Bullets Ain't Got No Name and all that shit.
Lazy K, yup. I mean,
shout out Murder Baby.
Murder Baby, big shout to him. I met him one time. He had the mask on and everything. Like, bro, I gotta find that drop.
I used to have a t-shirt store in DC with a couple of my partners, and he was doing a concert down the jump, and he had never met me, so he came to the store to do the interview, and they ain't have no bud, and like I know I'm good in DC, so like I took him to like one of the hoodiest of hoods in DC. Like where homeboy to be on the wires from Big G, and
okay,
the motherfucker like you should have just seen the look. I mean, I know they had heat on them and shit, but you should have just seen the looks on their face. So like we got to this house. I ain't gonna say who or nothing, but there was big duffel bags of shit, and for like $600, he just got to fill his hands, and like the way they were looking at me, like, yo, who the fuck is this white dude taking me to a place like this?
To the plug spot, huh?
Oh, it was like the plugs plug.
Damn, that's what's up. Yeah, Murder Baby, he's a good dude, man.
Well, I mean,
and that's another guy.
I'm from DC and I went to federal prison, right? So what do you do in federal prison? You meet the fucking plugs and connects. Yep,
you definitely do. Definitely do.
And I stayed quiet, read a lot, and used to help Bammers like read letters and write letters. So I made friends with like some big time motherfuckers.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I never really went in for time. Just a couple holding tanks or shit like that. But I was helping some people get pictures as a photographer in there. So basically, we would take pictures of them with their jewelry, you know, all together. But we would have to print the pictures out. There was no email in the pictures in there, and we would send them into the correctional facilities. And you know, it was a pretty good business for a second, but, you know, they can't get pictures in there. And they wanted to get pictures to know who was good outside and stuff like that.
But that should mean a lot. Yeah,
it meant a lot.
You use toothpaste as glue and you put it up somewhere. Like if you're on the bottom buck, you put it on top of you and shit like that.
yeah, it was really important. I knew how much it meant to them, so I just took care of just trying to get them printouts and stuff like that. So big shout out to Royalty Fam in New Jersey.
And last one, Midwest rap. With me, it's Ray Cash. Is my favorite.
Ray Cash, wow. Damn, now shit, you bringing them back.
I feel like that Sony album, they had Bumping My Music on it. I feel like literally that was a 5 mic classic. That song he made with Beanie Siegel on there is incredible. There's a song that's like she's a bad bitch, I love her. I played it to my wife when I proposed to her.
Ah, shit, Midwest. That's Chicago. So
and Cleveland and Detroit
and Cleveland
and St. Louis and Dayton and Flint.
I mean that first Chief Keef, that first one, the first one where he had the glasses on and the True Religion jacket, that shit had a lot of hitters on it. Yeah. I broke that Chief Keef on SoundCloud, the Don't Like. That was off that. That was probably the hottest Midwest record I had ever heard. It just like that, it blew him up. It did, but the feeling, the video, all that, Chief Keef was like the hottest dude, bro.
And I hate to disagree with you, but you're tripping. That's the biggest Midwest record you ever heard. How about First of the Month?
I love Bone Thugs. I love Bone Thugs. Now going to Bone Thugs,
because you said big. I'm not saying better.
Okay, yeah. Well, Crossroads was my shit. Like,
yeah,
once I heard that,
Crossroads. Like, I know they won a Grammy for a leak. Did Chief Keef ever win a Grammy? I stopped even paying attention to that shit.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't. But you bringing up Bone Thugs, like, it Thuggish Ruggish Bone, that was my shit.
Bro,
like way beyond Chief Keef. Though.
Are you talking about that EP, the first one that had Creeping On Come Up?
No, it had First of the Month.
Oh, okay, yeah, the full album.
Bone,
did you ever hear
the full album?
Did you ever hear well, Thuggish Ruggish Bone wasn't on that jump.
No, that was after the first one.
Nah, it was before. They had an EP called "Creeping on a Come Up." That's the song with that's the song with Eazy-E on it, right?
Yeah, East 99.5.
Yeah, nah. Thuggish Ruggish Bone was on "Creeping on a Come Up" EP.
Got it. Okay. Like, I was just on the singles with them. Like,
we're not against those rappers, but we are against those thugs.
Those thugs. Yeah. Bro, and East 99 with Eazy-E, that shit was fire.
Nah, he wasn't on that. He was dead. On Creeping On Come Up, he was still alive.
Wow.
That's why Crossroads, they're talking about We Miss Easy on East 99 Eternal.
Got it. That was after. After. But they had hitters before Crossroads, but Crossroads is what I heard to go back. Like, I wasn't really up on Bone Thugs, but once I heard that Crossroads, I'm like, yo, they are too hot not to go back and to check it out.
You know, ironically, they had a local album. They had a lot of the songs that went on to be on their shit called Faces of Death.
Damn, bro.
To take that shit back full circle.
Yeah. You was on it, bro. Yeah, man. Like, big shout out to my boy Big Hef out in Cleveland. They got the All-Star game. He's, this year he's doing really well.
You know Hef?
Yeah, I know Big Hef. Yeah, we worked together. He put me on to South by. He kind of molded me to host my own shows.
Dog, Big Hef is like my angel. Like he got Lunch Money Lewis on my show. Like, man, my big guests have come from Big Hef. He is such a good person.
Such a good guy. I mean, he's my OG. In the scheme of things, like, me and Knockin went out for his tour. That's who Megan Thee Stallion was performing with Big Hef before she blew up.
Yeah.
And he coached me on the stage, like, yo, bring out the next artist. Like, and I was just nervous up there, and you know what I'm saying? But he groomed me. He's my OG, you know what I'm saying? As far as he just rocked with me for so long, like over 15 years, and he just saw something in me that he just rocked with me. Real genuine dude, never a hater. Big shout to him and Johnny O out there with the Nerve DJs, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'd like to finish with this before we drop your socials. What can we be looking forward for you coming up in 2022?
Man, just a lot. I'm branching out to working with a lot more artists that have seen my catalog from last year and recommendations. So I got another Evolution coming out, Evolution 3. I'm working on that now. Me and Hayes we're working on another album. Just more instrumental tapes. I think I'm going to keep going with the Rona series until they say like the Rona is done. I'm going to get Rona 6 going. Lord Degree, we're working on his album right now. And B Knockin, we got another album with him. He's just getting some features from his friends right now. He has all the beats. He got all the track out. So that should be coming like within next month. And the Evolution 3 should be next month as well. But you're going to see a lot more mixtapes from me. I took a hiatus on the mixtapes, but I'm back again. You know, I got a really good sponsorship with big shout out to ShowOff Gang with live mixtapes. We did that partnership there just to get my mixtapes on a little higher level, get some more exposure for some artists on the underground that I listen to. And you're just going to see more. And I'm going to branch into a little vinyl this year. I'm going to invest in some vinyl just to get my stuff on wax and just to have it just circulating throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to branch into a little more.
If you do a 6-song EP, that's only one vinyl, 3 songs each.
Yeah.
And it's about $5,000. That'll come with a full color front and back cover and just a paper around the record. And you can get that from $3,500 to $5,000 for 1,000. If you sell them for $20, that's $20,000 off your investment. And there's no way you can't sell 1,000 vinyls.
That's what I'm saying. It's just right there.
I have experience with it. I would be more than happy to offer you any help free of charge. You know, it's. I
need that right now. You know, I was about to do like a 250 run. I was going to start small and build up. And
nah, you want that thousands the first price point that is significantly drops. Like it's almost as cheap as 500.
Yeah, you got to help me out with that. I want to get into that realm. I want to start like, you know, selling some vinyls, man. We'll talk off the air for that so you can help me out with that. I'm not really, you know, I'm used to putting out a lot of music, but not like really like selling it. Well, you know, so
get yourself,
I want to get into that.
Get yourself Discog verified and get a Bandcamp if you don't have one. People sell a lot of merch on Bandcamp, particularly vinyls.
I got a Bandcamp. I just gotta stay consistent with it. And I know you got me. Like, just show me some of the stuff that's trending, and we'll get that shit cracking. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. So before we go, what's your socials and the best place for the people to interact and find your music?
Well, the best place is Spotify, just because like most of my streams come from there. And I see like, you know, Japan is really rocking with me heavy. And I see like, you know, the advertising that I do goes straight over to Spotify for some reason. So I'm rocking with that. So Spotify, you know, Brahma Bull, BHRAMA, Bull, not BR, it's BHRAMA, Bull. I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm going to get some more videos going on that. I'm on Bandcamp. Not really on the SoundCloud as much anymore. You find a lot of my old stuff there. But Audio Mac, all my stuff is really doing good on Audio Mac.
That's where your podcast, you got a podcast on Audio Mac, right?
Yeah. I went through the podcast phase. I got a gang of them on there. Some of those people are still blowing up because they're sending me like the takedowns. So, right. You know, we did a great job with like Shoreline through that podcast, Shoreline Mafia. You know, a lot of Rome Streets. He was sending me. I had that Windbreaker joint first. You know, all the people that came from my podcast that were sending me stuff. I'm just so happy that they're doing well right now, and if that even was like 1% of helping them, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that came from there. So yeah, Audio Max, Spotify is the best, Apple, you know, live mixtapes for the mixtapes. I'll be releasing some stuff through there, but BHR, AMA, Bull. And I'm out here. I'm going to keep working hard.
All right, well, that's a bet, brother. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, my guy. Yo, thanks again, man. I'm going to follow up on all that other shit we was talking.
No doubt. I'll holler at you. Take it light,
All
man.
right. Yes, sir.